Hello and welcome to Crowforest Reviews. So I've now talked about a Marvel movie on this show, so it's only fair that I talk about a DC movie also. And what better one to talk about than the universally hated Green Lantern movie? So is it as bad as everyone says it is? Let's find out. This is Green Lantern. So the movie opens with a cosmic being narrating the backstory.
These immortals, the guardians of the universe, divided the universe into 3,600 sectors. The intergalactic peacekeepers, known as the Green Lantern Corps. Of all the threats the Corps ever faced, the gravest was an entity of fear known as Parallax.
Yes, the universe was divided into 512 tax districts by the Omniscient Council of Vagueness, but then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Or something. We get the drill. You could literally switch out this backstory for any other movie and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Only the legendary Green Lantern Abin Sur was capable of capturing and imprisoning this beast, which he did on the lost planet of Riot.
So anyway, 3 of the Green Lanterns are doing routine patrols in their tax district when suddenly they fall through the ground and find the plot. Oh hey, it's that guy from the opening narration, who was apparently defeated, imprisoned, and escaped all in between cuts. Wow, that was fast! Oh, and the 3 Green Lanterns are Dementor soul-sucked also. You know, for kids! And Parallax is now free. What a shock. So anyway, cut to young Hal Jordan talking to his father, who's a test pilot for the military.
But you're not scared, are you, Dad?
Let's just say it's my job not to be.
Let's just also say that I'm really bad at my job. So the next morning, Hal goes to see his father off, and the two share a very nice moment together that's not embellished at all. I'm sure Hal's father is off to have a long and happy life. What a shock! So anyway, cut to years later, where adult Hal is doing the exact same job. What? Oh, and then there's a cutaway to a purple alien in a spaceship that blows up. But that's probably not important. So apparently Hal is working through his issues by performing death-defying stunts in military airplanes in open defiance of orders and putting his teammates' lives in danger. Our hero, everybody!
Blood Sabers headed up your 6 can fly anywhere you can.
And let's go somewhere I can't fly.
On the plus side, that was a very good demonstration of an Iron Man gambit.
How'd you solve the icing problem?
Icing problem.
Might want to look into it.
So anyway, Hal starts spinning out of control, but then, after having a flashback to 5 minutes ago, he manages to eject his seat and escape. And of course, he's fired for his trouble. Even though, as he pointed out, he did manage to complete the mission objective, just in a slightly unconventional way is all. And cut back to the purple alien, sending out a green orb.
Choose well.
Again, I'm sure that's not important. So anyway, Hal's family is understandably pissed off at him for losing his job and almost dying. So Hal tries to make it up to his son.
Are you scared?
It's my job not to be.
And after today, I don't think I even have to tell you how bad I am at my job, considering they just fired me. So anyway, the green orb thing from earlier goes inside Hal, for some reason, and it causes him to fly up into the air and towards the purple alien's crashed escape pod. Because just happening onto the crashed spaceship while walking on the beach would have just been way too implausible. So Hal tries to save the alien's life, but he's not able to.
I am Robin, sir. Protector of Sector 2.
Hey, listen. We're gonna get you to a hospital, okay?
I'm not sure where he thinks he's going to find a hospital for purple aliens, but it's the thought that counts.
Listen, we're gonna get you to a hospital, okay? Okay, one that carries purple blood.
So the alien dies, leaving Hal with the Green Lantern cell and power ring.
The ring, it chose you. Take it. Place the ring in the lantern.
So cut to the Omniscient Council of Vagueness.
We are aware of the threat. We are assessing the situation.
How omnisciently vague of you! So anyway, cut to some random dude who will apparently be serving as our villain for the evening. He's been commissioned by the US government to do an autopsy on a purple alien they found. Wait a minute, the government found a purple alien on the same night that Hal Jordan found a purple alien? Well, that's kind of a coincidence. So anyway, cut to Hal trying to figure out how to use the lantern. Rather unsuccessfully.
Pledge allegiance to a lantern that I got from a dying purple alien. To infinity and beyond. By the power of Grayskull. What the hell?!
In blackest day or brightest night, watermelon, cantaloupe, yada yada.
But he does eventually manage to figure it out. Somehow. It's not really explained, but who cares? It's alien magic. So later that night, Hal walks out of a bar and is immediately mugged by some random thugs. And when he fights back, he accidentally pulverizes them with a Green Lantern power construct. And then the green orb from earlier surrounds him again and flies him off to the Green Lantern homeworld 37 million light years away. It happens. So anyway, when Hal wakes up, he's wearing a green energy suit and is greeted by a fish person. It happens?
I am Tom Array, protector of Sector 2813 and home to
80,012 galaxies, 2.34 million sentient species. How do I know that?
Lazy writing.
As you are the first to be chosen, I have been sent to welcome you here.
Welcome to fake CGI Backwashville.
Welcome to our... This planet has been our home for countless millennia. It was created for us by the Guardians.
Including the most famous of the Guardians, simply known as the Rabbits.
Please. The rabbit is correct and clearly the smartest among you.
Rabbit? Damn straight he's the most famous. Yeah, that's right. Suck it, non-rabbits.
No, actually he's referring to the Omniscient Council of Vagueness from earlier. The race of omnipotent assholes who created the Green Lantern Corps. So anyway, Hal and the fish person start flying around the planet for a bit, and then the fish person delivers this bit of exposition.
What is that?
It's the energy that's generated from the central battery.
What?
Confound it! The batteries are dead!
Well, I guess Batman was right. Everything in the DC universe does run on batteries, apparently. You know, I should really review that movie at some point.
There's so many.
The stars you can see from your home planet on the clearest night. Your sector is 1,000 times larger. And 3,600 lanterns, each with a sector, just as vast.
That's why they're all standing around at this Green Lantern convention instead of protecting their sectors. So anyway, Sinestro takes the stage and delivers a speech about how Parallax is some kind of a cosmic douchebag.
Our 4 Lantern brothers were killed by an enemy called Parallax. An enemy we don't yet fully understand.
Wow, sounds like you really need to get rid of this guy. Have you tried a parallaxative? Okay, I'll just hit myself. I think Crime Show Fairy's terrible puns are starting to rub off on me.
Hey, you're not wrong. Looks like a sticky situation.
Oh, and if you're wondering why Sinestro is wearing a Green Lantern uniform, remember, this was before he became a Yellow Lantern. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe he's just cosplaying as a Green Lantern. This is a convention, after all.
We do know it's powerful enough to destroy entire civilizations. Powerful enough to defeat even Abin Sur.
Powerful enough even to defeat Raj Al Ghul? Wait, no, that's Batman again. What did you say? Turn the echo down a bit.
We will seek out and fight this enemy. And we will destroy it.
Heresy! Destroy it!
And that's Superman. Does this movie have anything original to say?
I don't need to tell you who we are.
We are Groot. Seriously, that even kind of sounds like what they're saying. Just aim right over there at that skinny little mountain that in no way resembles Barad-dûr. So anyway, things suddenly get real when Hal finds himself thrown headlong into a Green Lantern training session / possible hazing ritual.
Just the gravitational pull of your average sun. The bigger you are, the quicker you burn.
Ooh, foreshadowing! I mean, I'm sure that won't be relevant later. So anyway, the trainer guy gives Hal some generic advice about not fighting fair, and so Hal kicks him in the nuts. And fortunately for him, it turns out that whatever species he is keeps their nuts in the exact same place as humans. Otherwise that wouldn't have worked very well. What was his backup plan if they kept their nuts in their lower back or their rib cage? He doesn't know alien anatomy. So anyway, after the first trainer is incapacitated, Sinestro takes over as Hal's new trainer, and he proceeds to kick Hal's ass. And so, understandably bummed out by having his ass handed to him by a purple asshole in a green suit, Hal flies back to Earth to have an emo moment. So anyway, cut to Sector 2312, the edge of the Milky Way galaxy. A group of Green Lanterns goes up against Parallax, and are immediately defeated. So Emo Sinestro returns to the Green Lantern homeworld to inform the Guardians of the defeat. The Guardians, in turn, deliver some exposition as to the nature of Parallax. It turns out that Parallax used to be one of the Guardians, but he did the stupid thing and went into the Forbidden Forge of Yellow Fear energy in an attempt to harness the energy for good, but through him it wielded an evil too great and terrible to imagine.
The Guardian became the very evil he had wished to destroy. He became Parallax.
I would use this ring from a desire to do good, but through me, it would wield a power too great and terrible to imagine.
And as for why the Guardians didn't just fix this themselves, they were a little embarrassed about their little oopsie-daisy, and so they decided to just sweep the whole thing under the rug and hope that their problem would just go away and everyone would forget about it. And so the Guardians have doomed us all. Who's surprised? But none of that matters now. Now Sinestro knows the truth about Parallax, and he has a plan to defeat him. And what is his brilliant plan to defeat Parallax? To repeat the exact same mistake that got them into this mess in the first place.
Then we have no choice. We must prepare to harness the power of our enemy and fight fear with fear. To protect our sectors, we must be able to defend ourselves. We must forge a yellow ring.
So anyway, cut to Hal Jordan at a party.
Oh, your family, Hal. You know, I always say there are thinkers in this world and there are doers, and you are one of the doers.
And I do mean doers in that way. He is Deadpool, after all.
He's right, though. I'm not a doer. Although I did get to examine an alien body recently. That was very cool.
Attention everyone! This is the Neighborhood Watch Committee reminding everyone that necrophilia is still illegal. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
So anyway, just when you start to wonder why the movie is suddenly focusing on a party we know nothing about, creepy alien necrophilia guy rather spontaneously decides to be a supervillain so that Hal can show off his new green superpowers. And he does so in the most complicated way imaginable. Seriously, it's like a Rube Goldberg contraption of superhero gambits. It's so dumb that even his best friend is criticizing it in the next scene.
A racetrack.
Yeah.
That's the best you could come up with for your first big appearance. Racetrack.
So anyway, Hal decides to show off his instant costume changing abilities.
You ready to have your mind blown?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I swear this never happens to me. But it's okay. He just needs to charge his ring, and then his instant costume changer works perfectly.
Ah, green! Wow. I know, right?
Hey, wait a minute. An instant costume changer is Batman too.
As they have done many times before, as Batman and Robin, courageous warriors against crime.
Damn it! Is anything in this movie not stolen from Batman the movie? So anyway, after that, Hal goes to see his old girlfriend, still in costume, just to make sure that she's okay after the fiasco at the party. And, well...
Hal?
How did you know it was me?
What do you mean? I've known you my whole life! I've seen you naked! You don't think I would recognize you because I can't see your cheekbones?
It's funny because lamp shading. Finally, someone acknowledged that those tiny face masks don't actually do anything to hide your identity.
Okay, so at the party, how did you make that big green ramp thing?
Anything I see in my mind, I can create. I just have to focus.
And that was the first thing to come to mind because I'm really boring.
I'm gonna use all the power of my brain.
So anyway, later that night, Hal is summoned by his ring, and he flies off to where creepy necrophilia guy is tearing up the lab where he used to work before getting infected by the alien virus. Well, that's a thing that just happens. That's the DC universe for you. Anyway, Hal's fight with creepy necrophilia guy apparently somehow summons Parallax to Earth, or something. It's a little confusing. So anyway, after defeating creepy necrophilia guy, Hal flies off to the Green Lantern homeworld to ask Sinestro and the Guardians for help.
You dare enter this chamber?
I need your help. Fight it with me.
Your words are compelling, young human. But as immortals, we must measure our actions over billions of years and the fate of the universe.
Oh, screw you. You could eliminate Parallax with hardly any effort at all. There are a dozen of you and only one of him. And now you're just going to tell Hal Jordan that you just can't risk getting involved and he's just going to have to go back and take care of this on his own? Even though you were the ones who created this problem in the first place, and now you won't so much as lift a finger to fix it? Fuck you all.
Let me go fight for my world, and I'll show you that will is stronger than fear.
There is no way you can succeed. You will die, Hal Jordan.
Good pep talk. So anyway, after that incredibly unproductive trip to space, Hal returns to Earth to prepare to fight Parallax alone, without the assistance of the Council of Literal Gods. Seriously, what the fuck, Guardians? So Hal returns to the lab, where creepy necrophilia guy is hanging out with his new pal Parallax, and the two of them are holding Hal's former girlfriend as a hostage. So, in a desperate idiot gambit, Hal offers creepy necrophilia guy the Green Lantern power ring in exchange for his girlfriend's life.
Let her go. And he can have it.
Take it, Gandalf. Take it.
No, Frodo.
You must take it.
You cannot offer me this ring.
I'm giving it to you.
Okay. You have to be chosen.
He didn't know that would work. He was just guessing based on similar tropes he'd seen used. Sometimes it pays to be a genre-savvy compulsive gambler. This is one of those times. So anyway, after creepy necrophilia guy blasts himself with the energy blast, Parallax does the whole "you have failed me for the last time" thing and kills him before going after Hal. But Hal doesn't have the ring because it's still on the finger of the crispy remains of Charcoal Dude. So Hal's not-girlfriend creates a small distraction in the form of firing a missile at Parallax, giving Hal enough time to grab the ring. Then, in an uncharacteristic move for a DC hero, he leads Parallax away from the city. Though, not before we get some rather graphic deaths. You know, for kids! So Hal flies into space, forcing Parallax to follow him. And then he has an idea. A stupid, brilliant idea.
The bigger you are, the faster you burn.
Yeah, that's right. Hal Jordan just flew directly into the sun, knowing that Parallax's superior mass would get him caught past the point of no return in the sun's gravity well sooner than he would. And then he creates giant green rocket constructs to blast him away at the last second. That is awesome. But unfortunately, Hal is not able to summon enough willpower to escape the sun's gravitational pull. But it's okay, because Sinestro and the other Green Lanterns show up at the last minute to save him, pulling him to safety with green energy ropes. But you know who didn't show up to save him? The fucking Guardians. Yeah, not so much as a peep from those omnipotent fuckers. Fuck the Guardians! And so the day is saved. So that was Green Lantern. How was it? Well, despite being panned by everyone, that was actually really good. It did a really good job of setting up the main character and the conflict, and it was a really good intro into the Green Lantern mythos. It's not perfect, but then no movie is perfect, except for Infinity War. But the point remains that no DC movie is perfect, and that one was pretty good, and I would definitely recommend it. Of course, this is all null and void now that Green Lantern has been erased from the timeline. Thanks a lot, Deadpool. But I digress. Anyway, until next time, here's your kid-friendly clip of the day. You were probably expecting Sinestro to be the villain of this movie. Just because he has a scary-sounding name in a comic book movie, you assumed that he was the villain. Well, that's just prejudice and completely unacceptable profiling. Hashtag not all guys named Sinestro. Oh, wait a minute. He's putting on the Yellow Lantern power ring. Huh. I guess it is all guys named Sinestro. God damn it.